Kumalam kujayan venum syamaloyam kumarakah Vedavedyam param brahma bhasadam purato mama Sachidanandarupaya vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya vinashaya Shri Krishnaya vayam namaha Om sahanavavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are listening to the Bhakti Lakshanas. So Lakshana Lakshyate Anena. We are able to understand or experience bhakti in different ways. So, already we have studied that bhakti cannot be defined. We cannot say that this is bhakti. But when such things are there, then we know that there is bhakti. That is Hyatal Lakshanani. Bhagavan Vedavyasa says that bhakti is basically your action. When we love Bhagavan, then we want to do something for him. When we love any person, then we want to do something for him. Whether it is our mother or father, or our son or daughter or husband or wife, whoever, whichever is the guru, shishya. So if we really love a person, the love always manifests through actions. So what is bhakti? Bhakti, according to Vedavyasa, is not just telling bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. But bhakti should be manifested as action. You want to make a small temple for him, or a big temple for him, or you want to keep some space in your room for him. You want to, how you feel, you feel very hot, then you want to, you feel that Bhagavan also might be feeling. So you fan him. When you are very cold, then you put, woolen clothes, then you also want to put woolen clothes for Bhagavan. Sometimes, a person who has not blessed with this Shraddha, a person who has not blessed with this kind of experiences may sometimes feel, what is this person doing? They are putting all these woolen clothes to Bhagavan, then in the morning he's waking him up and then brushing his teeth and then giving him all this pratima. Now how this pratima can be worshipped like this? So once, somebody told this to Sri Ramakrishna. Said, because those days, because of the Christian institution, influence, etc., a lot of changes were happening in the Calcutta especially. And then people at Brahma Samaj and so many things were coming up where they are trying to mix, make a new Hinduism through the Christian understanding. So, they were against this Murti worship. How can you worship a Murti? Murti is something which is man-made. How can, and all that. So one day, they told Sri Ramakrishna, we recognize you, okay, that you are a great person. But why are you worshipping this Mrinmayi Murti? Mrinmayi, that which is made up of, mud, mrit. Bhagavan went to a very different kind of a mood, said, sometimes he used to use in, all kinds of bad words and all that. Said, you are telling this is Mrinmayi Murti? My mother is Chinmayi, not Mrinmayi. Because your head is filled with Mrit. You see as Mrit, Mrinmayi. But my mother is Chinmayi. So, Bhagavan used to, Sri Ramakrishna or any Mahatmas, we see that most of them, this love for Bhagavan, it manifests in different ways. Actually, they want to do something for him because of that. See, doing or not doing is not the thing, but that thought which comes to them. When it is hot, they want to give him, different things, very cooling things, etc. to Bhagavan. Give him so many baths. Why? Oh, Bhagavan is in Pushti Marga, etc. If you, how much, in the Vasanta Kala, they decorate him with flowers and jasmine. And see, people will think, what is this? But a person who is doing that, see, not doing or doing is not the thing, but that bhava. A bhakta, when he does all those things, how much ananda he experiences, that only a bhakta can understand. Nobody else from outside can understand that. So, according to Bhagavan Vedavyasa, what is bhakti? Bhakti is pujadishu anuraga. See, anuraga, that's the point. So, that's also Adi is also said. So, you want to do something for him. Now, Garga says, yes, doing is okay, but kadha is subtler than doing. Singing, telling his stories, singing his bhajans, chanting his names, all these things, conducting satsangs. What happens, Bhagavan says in Gita also, one who actually, speak all these things to others, they are my dearest. So, all the satsang or, singing or kadha, this, when you have anuraga for that. Not for, how many people come to listen to our satsang, or how many people, how much Guru Dakshina you got, how much ananda we experience when we speak about Bhagavan. See, this kadha is not for other person. Kadha is for oneself. See, Tulsidas ji says, I am not telling this, Ramakatha so that people will get Swanta Sukhaya Raghunatha. Swanta Sukhaya. Why you are writing, Ramcharitamanas and you are singing the Ramcharitamanas and all that, it's not for others. Swanta Sukhaya. So, when Katha becomes Swanta Sukha, when you sing bhajans and then it gives you great pleasure, when you do your japa and then when it starts to give you great pleasure, ananda, then we understand that we have developed little bhakti. When we remember Bhagavan, when our eyes are filled with premashru, when we start to sing or chant, we want to do it. When we are sitting for our japa, so we are supposed to do 10 malas. But after some time, we start to see how many, because we are not enjoying it. So, what is this bhakti? Bhakti is not chanting, not doing japa, not doing bhajans, not doing telling stories or anything, but anuraga to do all this. When I really want to do japa, the japa becomes manifestation of my love. When I really enjoy talking about Bhagavan, when I really enjoy to listen to Bhagavan stories, when I love to sing Bhagavan stories or hear to Bhagavan's leelas or mahatmya, bhajans, doing bhajan or not doing bhajan is not prema bhakti. How much joy you receive from that, and because of that, how much anuraga, attraction is there in our japadi, that is bhakti. That's what Gargacharya says. Now, Shandilyacharya says, Atmaratya virodhena iti. See, what is bhakti? Bhakti is Atmarati, finding happiness in one's own self. This is a very important thing for a spiritual sadhaka to recognize, understand that the source of joy, Ananda, is one's own self. And when we start to, really feel that Ananda inside, when we really get connected with this core, when we love Anuraga for this, then we can understand that little bhakti is coming. So we may do anything, we may not do anything, but as long as we are enjoying the company of Sri Bhagavan in our own heart. See, when we enjoy his, presence in our heart, then what happens? Whatever we say, whatever we do, it will reflect this Ananda, Atmarati, which a person enjoys. So, what is Bhakti? Bhakti is Atmarati. We enjoy the presence of Bhagavan in our heart. Slowly we forget that there is I. No, tu hi. Samsha says a story, anecdote. He says that, if there is a goat says, meh, I. And then some butcher takes it and kills it. And then, you eat. Then there is that intestine, etc. And then they make some kind of, some instrument. And then when you play that, it says, tu hi. Only you. That's the end. Like that, now we are all me. Whatever we say, me. From that me, when tu is there. When we forget that there is somebody, me, it's not there. That's why, aja. So when that bhava, aham, this aham bhava is, is slowly, we forget that there is a person. We understand that there is only Bhagavan. So this is Atmarati Avirodha. Now, Bhagavan Narada says, all these are correct. Pujādishu anuraga, kadhāpy, anuraga, Atmarati Avirodha, everything is correct. But there is a little bit more. What is that? Naradastu tadarpita akhila acharata. Not only spiritual practices, or not only japa, puja, or dhyana, but everything. Yadyat karma karomi tat tadakhilam shambho tava radhanam. Whatever I do, everything is, oh Bhagavan, it's your worship. When I am walking, I am actually doing the production of you. When I am eating, I am actually doing the bhoga for you. When I am taking bath, actually what is happening is, I am giving you abhishek. So, there is slowly, this aham, slowly. That's what the difference, In Bhakti Marga, what we are trying to do is to take away the aham. Only tvam. So, tvam pada pradhana is bhakti, aham pada pradhana is jnana. That's the only difference. So, ahamasmi brahma ahamasmi. So, that is how jnana marga goes. In bhakti, aham nasmi. I am not there. Only you are there. So, what is Narada's opinion of bhakti? Tadarpita akhila acharata. Akhila acharata. Not only doing japa, not only meditating, not only singing Bhagavan's name. These are all good. But that also is done as an arpana to Bhagavan. No, nothing is needed. I don't want anything from this. I'm doing japa not to go to heavens. I'm not doing meditation so that I get something from that. Or I do puja not to get something. No, everything is Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. No, Nakankshe. No, there is no kanksha. There is no desire. No, ayachitam. Not, that's why we listen from Prahladji. When Bhagavan asks, what you want? You tell. So he says, I am not a merchant. No, I will give you some bhakti, then you give me some anugraha. No. No, mine is, there is desireless. Sadarpita akhila acharata. So in this tadarpita akhila acharata, different meanings. One meaning is tadarpita akhila acharata means all actions are dedicated to Bhagavan. Okay, so when we begin, we have to practice this consciously. So that's why in our Hindu culture, everything is, everything is designed in that way. The moment you get up, Karagadeva Sadhe Lakshmi Kara Madhya Sarasvati Yonda Pravisyama Vachami Samudra Vasane Devi Gange Chemini Narayana. See, each and every action, if we live. Now this is another thing we should always understand. At least in Bharatiya Dharma, religion and spirituality are not two things. Now this is a big thing. I am not a religious person, I am only a spiritual person. This is a Western understanding because the church and the spirituality and all those things. But in our Sanatana Dharma, you cannot say that, I am only a spiritual, I am not a religious person. The entire religion, the meaning of religion itself is that, religious, reunion, coming back to God, coming back to the consciousness. That's the meaning of religion. And then you say that I am not religious, I am not spiritual. That doesn't make any sense. At least in Sanatana Dharma, if we really want to progress in spiritual levels, religion is a must. Religious practices helps us to really practice the spiritual ideas. Otherwise, some people, they do what they want to do and then they put everything on spirituality and say that I'm a spiritual person. I don't go to a temple because I'm a spiritual person. See, these are all really, when such thoughts comes, it's because of Maya. It's because of the Kali. It actually confuses us. And then what happens? We say, we come to a level where there is no spiritual experiences. I think I want to, make myself feel that I'm a spiritual person. And so because of that, what happened? We cut ourselves from all our religious practices and then try to do some meditation, etc. Please understand, that kind of a meditation is really not possible. You want to build a 100-story building without any kind of foundation. The more the foundation, then only we can make a beautiful spiritual life. So in our culture, what happens is each and every stage of our life, each and every moment of our life, whether we are eating, whether we are sleeping, whether we are playing, whether we are everything is related to Bhagavan. This is how our culture brought these ideas into day-to-day life. Jis desh mein, jis vesh mein, whatever we are, Radha Ramana, Radha Ramana, Radha Ramana kaho. Bhagavan may keep us in different forms, in different states, different, vesh or bhush or desh or whatever. Khele, when we are playing, when we are eating, there is a Bal Vihar, beautiful song, So whatever we are doing, always remember Radha Ramana, Radha Ramana, Radha. This is Bhagavan's, this is Narada's bhakti. It's not doing some particular things. Each and everything. When we are cleaning our room, when we are washing our clothes, when we are taking a bath, when we are watering a plant. These are all secular works and this is spiritual. Nothing like that. In according to Sri Nārada, any work, any action, any word, any thought can be worship of Bhagavan, can be an expression of love. Not only just doing chanting some name. That's the importance of Narada's. So, when I am talking to you, or when you are talking to me, or when you are talking to anyone, we are talking to any person in this world, soak it with love and devotion. Feel that, I am talking to Bhagavan. This is a very important thing. When we start to find this, understand this, practice this, this is spirituality. Not spirituality is, from 6 to 6:15 I am meditation. That's good as a beginning. But what is the real spirituality? To see Bhagavan in everyone, in everywhere, and each and every action of ours becomes a worship of the Lord. That is, Naradastu tadarpita akhila acharata. This is a very, very important lesson for all of us. So, when we are doing a seva to a person, we are not doing that seva to that person. We are doing that seva to Sri Bhagavan. So, when we are talking to a person with love and respect, we are giving some, solace to a person, then we are not doing it to that person, it's done to Bhagavan. This is very important. When we criticize, when we find out, this all dosha in others, that actually will harm our spiritual growth also. So, Naradastu tadarpita akhila acharata. So, whenever we are doing anything, so when I am telling good words to another person, I am worshipping him. And when I hurt a person by telling things which are, then what happens? We are hurting Bhagavan, not that person. So, tadarpita akhila acharata. Each and every action should be dedicated to Bhagavan. And tat vismarane paramavyakulate. It's impossible for us to forget Bhagavan. That stage should come. That each and every moment of our life, we are constantly remembering Him. And it is death for a sadhaka to forget Him. Because when we forget Him, then we are in spiritual darkness. Bhagavan is our Surya. Bhagavan is our sun. And as long as we remember Him, His Dhama Dhyana, then His Leela Dhyana, then His Rupa Dhyana, and then His Guna Dhyana, and in Tattva Dhyana. So, we are actually with Him. And the moment we forget Him, the moment there is no smriti of Bhagavan, then what happens? The darkness comes to our mind. All the evil forces, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, Stamba, Asuya. The moment Bhagavan disappears from our heart, all this darkness, will take our heart. So it should be Madhamavasa Madhiya Manase. The devotee is telling, oh Mara, oh Kamadeva, please do not dare to enter into my heart. Why? Because this is Bhagavan's place. My heart belongs to Him. And who will somebody else comes and stays within his house. So be careful, okay? So in somehow, yena kena prakarena mana krishne niveshayet. Yena kena prakarena. Whether it is by doing japa, or by worshipping Him, or by decorating Him, or by meditating upon Him, or by teaching, or by studying, or by cleaning, anything. This is the most important thing in our life. Two things. One is constant remembrance of God, and dedicating all our actions as the worship of Bhagavan. Not only just doing particular things, not only puja, not only japa, not only dhyana, but everything. That is Narada's tu. That's why the tu word is there. Bhagavan says that tu word, not the tu is in Avyaya, this tu is there, this is Vishesha Nipata. Says this is the Vishesha of Narada. So Narada says that what is bhakti? Bhakti, Narada's tu, what is bhakti? Tadarpida, constant remembrance of Bhagavan and dedicating not only puja japa, everything. Whether it is sharirika karma, whether it is manasika karma, whether it is vachika karma. Karma can be of three types. Sharirikam, vachikam, manasikam. The karma, the actions can be of three levels. No? One is physical, verbal and mental. All these three kinds of activities should be dedicated to Bhagavan. What do you mean by this? You are dedicated to Bhagavan. This is very important thing. What do you mean by, dedicating your actions to Bhagavan? Understand that there's only one truth in this world. So whatever I'm doing, I am in house, I'm cooking a very tasty kheer. One day you felt that today is my husband's birthday. Let me make nice kheer for him, or my son's birthday, daughter's birthday, somebody's birthday. So you want to, because I will make very nice kheer, payasam. And then you get up early in the morning and then, take so much of time and energy and everything. And then you make a wonderful payasam. And the husband comes down and says, see, I have made payasam. I don't want. And he walks out. Oh, gone. Our life is gone. We shatters into pieces. We say, what is this? Hours together I worked and made this for you. And then all things becomes a big quarrel. Why? So here Bhagavan Narada says, you make payasa. But not for your husband, not for your wife, not for your child. Make for Bhagavan. Now, offer each and every karma for Bhagavan. Then what happens? Slowly, our kartrutva bhava get diminished. Now, why we get so much of tension? Why we get angry? Because we think that our actions are not recognized. This man or this woman never takes it up. Why? Because we wanted each and everybody has, whatever we do, people should appreciate and then, say, oh, very good, I love you and all that. And it will not happen most of the time. Then what happened? We get hurt and then, here says, so this is not only spiritual, even if you want to have a very nice life in this world, do everything for Bhagavan alone. And so because, see, you make it for nice kheer for Bhagavan and then you offer to Bhagavan and you feel that Bhagavan is very happy. Now if your husband or wife or child or they also taste it and they also become happy. They say, oh, it's very good. This is just bonus. Now others appreciate up there. If they appreciate, that is just a bonus because we have already got our karma bala by Bhagavad Priti. And how we know Bhagavad Priti? We can. You make it with such a prema. You keep it in Bhagavan, front of Bhagavan. You can actually feel that. Now, this cannot be explained how it is possible because we don't see him. But I'm sure most of you might have experienced that when you do actually with lots of love for him and then when you, dedicate that to Bhagavan, you can see that, you can feel that Bhagavan is very happy. Now, whether this any nothing is there, but Bhagavan will, Andaryami, Bhagavan will tell us, good. And then we can hear it. Really, we can hear it. And we become very happy. And everything else is just a bonus. So, tadarpita aghila acharata. Now we are studying. We are writing a nice, your homework. And you, with all that, thinking that I am doing this for Bhagavan. So we do everything very nicely, as much as we can. As a dedicated to Bhagavan. So there will not be any tension. Now we get so much of tension. Now there is this assignment, that assignment. Do just relax and start to do this for Bhagavan. And then we wrote a very nice assignment and then submitted. And Acharya said, how much of love, he's not even said good. It's okay. Because we are not doing this for anyone else. We are doing this only for Bhagavan. So, any action, this is the secret of life. This is the secret of a happy life. When we start to do everything, so we may say, why can't we say that this is doing for myself? Very good. If you can actually see that the highest level of, not I, okay, not this small aham, what we studied in the Upāsanā Mimāṁsa, big aham. If you start to do that, but for most of the people, it's better to. Because unless we are pure, this small aham, big aham, etc. will not be able to understand. And slowly we start to do everything for ourselves. And then we go into the other end. So better do everything for Bhagavan. Tadarpida. That's why tad. Tat shabda is with that. Tadarpida akhila achara. Everything. Yadyad karma. No? Then what happened? Narayana. No? Bhagavan's samipya. We can actually feel. Very difficult to understand by our logical mind how this happens, but we can actually feel. We can actually feel when we are with that kind of attention, that kind of dedication, that kind of bhava. When you do puja, you really feel that, you can actually feel. Sri Ramakrishna used to feel mother's breathing. Not in his meditation. When Bhagavan does puja, if he keep his hands, he could actually feel. Madhur Babu said, that was the custodian of the temple, he said, this is all, how can Devi there? No, this is a murti. Okay, and with that murti you worship that absolute. But Swami, no, Devi is there. Now, how you are there, how I am there, like the Devi is there. He said, you come and you touch me and look at that temple. He touched Ramakrishna and looked at the, Bhavatarini's temple. He saw that on the, there is a first floor. The Garbhagriha is there, first floor back is there, her bedroom is there. There, Mahakalika with long hair and 3 eyes, she's walking on that veranda of that bedroom. You cannot take it because we say, I want to see Bhagavan, etc. But the moment Bhagavan says, we run away because we are not ready. So that is. And once when Madhur Babu came and he saw this Ramakrishna is walking in the corridor, when he comes this way, Mahakalika. When he goes that way, Sri Parameshwara. So, Bhagavan is there. Bhagavan is not a concept of our intellect. Truly, actually, he alone is there. All of us are bubbles, comes and then destroys. And we, Srishta, Jiva, is telling there is no Jivi, there is no Bhagavan. Like that, like those, you might have read that, like the babies in the womb of mother says, where is mother? There's no mother or anything, only we are there. There is no world outside, that's all, just imagination. No, because mother is there, they are there. But they can't see her now. Like that, actually, truly, Bhagavan is there. And when this bhava comes to us, so when we are, lighting a lamp, when we are putting a flower, we should feel that we are actually doing this for Bhagavan. Actually, Bhagavan is. So tadarpita khila acharata. And another thing is tat vismarane parama vyakulata. we can't live. We come to a state where it is impossible for us to live without remembrance of Bhagavan. Just how it is impossible for us to live without prana, like that. We constantly remember Bhagavan because He is the truth. He is the Antaryami. He is our true nature. This is Narada's. So that's why two things are there. Tu also is there. Cha is also there. No, paramavyakuladeti cha. The cha is known as the samuchaya nipatam. Everything. Cha means whatever is said before. Puja, japa, dhyana, everything. Plus tadarpita gilacharata. Anything. There is no difference. Like this is spiritual activities, this is worldly activities. That's only in the beginning. But when prema comes, when bhakti comes, there is no like this is different, this is different. It's not there. And this topic is, one more mantra is there, one more sutra is there, that is 82. What is bhakti? Bhakti Lakshana. What is Bhakti Lakshana? Next sutra. Actually, in Gurudev's book, it will be 82, the sutra number 82. I'll read, please repeat. Gunamahatmya Saktihi Rupa Saktihi Puja Saktihi Smarana Saktihi Dasya Saktihi Sakhya Saktihi Vatsalya Saktihi Kanta Saktihi Atmanivedana Saktihi Tanmayata Saktihi Paramaviraha Saktihi Rupa ekādaśadhā ekādaśadhā bhavati. Together we'll read. Gunamahatmya Saktihi Rupa Saktihi Puja Saktihi Smarana Saktihi Dasya Saktihi Sakhya Saktihi Vatsalya Saktihi Kanta Saktihi Atmanivedana Saktihi Tanmayataya Saktihi Paramaviraha Saktihi Rupa ekādaśadhā ekādaśadhā bhavati. Bhakti Lakshanani ekādaśadhā bhavati. Bhakti Lakshanani ekādaśadhā bhavati. Bhaktihi eka bhavati. Ekadhāpy. Bhakti is only one. There are not different bhaktis. Bhakti is only one. But that bhakti expresses in 11 ways. Ekadhāpy ekādaśadhā. No, ekādasha prakarena. In 11 ways that Parama Prema is expressed. Ekadhāpy. There are not different bhaktis. Only one bhakti is there. That bhakti manifests in 11 ways. Oh. So, what are the lakshana? See, how we know that we are progressing in our path of bhakti or spiritual life? See, you see that whether any of this asakti comes to you. Asakti. See, generally, this word is a very, in bhasha, asakti is not a very good word. Asakti means what? Attachment. Saktihi, you have already studied, no? Saktihi. Saktihi means attachment. Asaktihi means what? Asamandad saktihi. Attachment at every level. And that's why Sakta Purush, Asakta hai. Bad man, Asakta Purush. Because in the world, when we get attached with anything, whether it is name or fame or, Kanchana or Kamini or anything, Asakti will destroy us. But the same Asakti, this is the beauty of Bhakti. In worldly sense, whatever binds us, whatever destroys us, whatever takes us away from the, truth, dharma, the same thing can be, applied in bhakti towards Bhagavan. Through bhakti, when you mix it, when you mix bhakti to that, that becomes the highest, the best path to Bhagavan. So what is bhakti? Asakti is bhakti. Asakti towards Bhagavan. When my mind is filled with asamandat sakti, means what is asamandat sakti? That is, Bhagavan said, tadarpida akhilacharada tatvismarane parama vyakulata. I can't live without that. That's what asakti, Some people are so much attached with their house, so much attached with their wealth, so much attached with their spouse, so much attached with their body, so much attached with their pillow. Wherever they go, they take their pillow also. Without this, so much. This is asakti which is outside to anything, even to the body. That creates dukkha for us. What is the bhalam of asakti in the world? Dukkham. When the same asakti is for Bhagavan, that liberates us. So, what is this? So, what is this asakti? Asakti is not just love, okay? Asakti is, what to say? What is the word? Not attachment. You put everything in love, attachment, it is impossible for us to live without it. All this together is asakti. Not only just love. Love is prema. Asakti is, without that, I can't live. That is asakti. Sakti, I like. Love, prema, I like that. Okay, Sakti, I like. Sakti, I like coffee. Very good. Asakti for coffee means what? Without coffee you can't live. That is state come. That is asakti. And that which will destroy us. But the same asakti, when it is towards Bhagavan, that liberates us. How? So this asakti, how we know what is prema, what is the lakshana of bhakti? If we have any one of this, this is for self-checking, not for, not for others. So this is a mirror for ourselves. Okay, what are they? First one is Rupa Guna Mahatmya Asakti. First one is Guna Mahatmya Asakti. Guna Mahatmya Asakti. That Asakti of Guna and Mahatmya. A person love to, remember or sing the glories of Bhagavan. The guna, the greatness of Bhagavan, Mahatmya, the wonderful nature of the Lord, we want to think always and started to say, sing the glories of our Bhagavan, sing the glories of the, our beloved Lord. Then what happens? That is known as Guna Mahatmya Asakti. And his clinging attachment to remember the guna of Bhagavan, Mahatmya of Bhagavan. He loved to sing the glories of Bhagavan. See, when my mind is always, when our mind is filled with whatever emotion, when we speak to a person, that other things comes out. When our mind is very calm and quiet and all this, vidya, whatever we studied comes out. When mind is disturbed, something else comes out. So whatever is inside, that comes out. So, when my mind is filled with guna-sakti, mahatmya-sakti, I'm so love. So much love with this, to hear, to chant, to understand that. That is and one way of expression of the Ishvara Prema. Then, Rupa Sakti. So, Guna Mahatmya Sakti, many people there, like Bhagavan Veda Vyasa. Want to write and write and write about the Guna and Mahatmya of Bhagavan. Like Sri Narada himself. Want to always sing the glories of Bhagavan and then chant his name. And Rupa Sakti. We always want to see the divine form of Bhagavan. Rupa Asakti. Always want to see. I am attached to the Rupa, the form of Bhagavan. So what is this attachment for form of, how this can lead us to liberation? Because we are so much attached with the form of Bhagavan. Please see, when my mind is so much attached with the form of Bhagavan, I always want to see that form. Okay, so I try my best. It's not possible to see always. So what? Slowly, this Andar Rupa starts to transform into this Bahirupa comes to our Andar Rupa. Not only opened eyes, with the closed eyes also, we start to see him. Now, when I open and look at people, in each and every being, we start to see him, our beloved. That is Rupa Sakti. Not only, now I love this Krishna Rupa only. No. Yes, we start like that. But then, we love him. When that Asakti comes, then slowly that form comes to our Hridaya. And then, that we start to see him everywhere. That's what happens in the worldly sense also. So if you love a person too much, attached to too much, then wherever you see that, that is that person. We feel like that. When you close your eyes also, you remember that person, see that person's form. And when you open, and then some resemblance is there, we feel that is that person. Because of the Asakti. But that Asakti will take us to, different problems. But when the same Asakti is towards Bhagavan's Rupa, we want to see the Rupa of Bhagavan, in and out. Then we start to see each and every person, each and every being has his Rupa. See, Bhakti culminates in Jnana. So, what is Jnana is trying to tell us? Sarvam Khalyudam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. Now, when I progress in this path of Rupa Asakti, what happens? Naturally, I start to see the presence of Bhagavan in each and every being. And slowly all the Nama Rupa vanishes and Bhagavad Rupa alone remains. So, Guna Mahatmya Asaktihi, Rupa Asaktihi. There are so many others. So, Puja Asaktihi, my love to do puja. Smarana Asaktihi, my attachment to always remember Bhagavan. Dasya Asaktihi, I want to always be a humble servant of Bhagavan. Sakhya, I want to see Bhagavan as my dearest friend. Or Vatsalya, I want to see my Bhagavan as my child. Kanta Asaktihi, I love Bhagavan as my beloved. Atma Nivedana Asaktihi, I want to dedicate myself at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Tanmayata Asaktihi, we don't see any difference between him and us. Tatmayata, became one with that. Paramaviraha Asaktihi, we feel, terrible pain of separation from Bhagavan. And like all this, Rupaha, ekādaśadhā, ekādaśadhā. Each one of them are, so much is there to meditate upon. and then think upon. So when we meet again, we will continue. Okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.